Well, this is a huge announcement out of Saudi in regards to Israel. This is something that needs to be shared around to those people, the naysayers, who say that these are not end time signs happening or unfolding. When we look at scripture and we look at what's happening in the world, we can see that God's plan is really starting to unfold. What we see happening now in the Middle East looks to be Daniel's 70th week starting to align in terms of the peace treaty. Now, I'm not sure whether it's specifically that one, but it looks like the infrastructure is setting up in place. What I need you to do is realise that these signs that are happening are not just by coincidence. This is all by the hands of God. It's all in His plan. What I would ask you to do, like always, is to actually watch it for yourself in full context and judge it that way. Remember, hit the like button, but share this and let people know the time is drawing near. Jesus is coming very soon. Have a look at this first.
Yeah, good morning, Sean. Good morning, Emma. Historic, enormous, huge, right? And all of those words are apropos to describe what we're talking about here. Let me just set the table for you in case you're just catching up, okay? The U.S. and Saudi Arabia have agreed on the broad contours of a deal for Saudi Arabia to recognize Israel in exchange for concession to the Palestinians. Also, Saudi Arabia wants U.S. security guarantees, and I think this is the bigger thing for them, help with their civilian nuclear program. Now, that is according to U.S. officials who were quoted off the record.
Now, the Prince of Saudi Arabia, in his, what it looks like his parliament, or in his Senate, you'll have a look at one of the leaders, kind of just some of the principles of what they want laid out to happen, and I believe it's going to. Have a look at this.
لقد أجمعت الدول العربية على الرغم من خلافاتها على مبادرة سلام عربي تعرب عن الاستعداد لتطبيع العلاقات معها جميعا إذا وافقت إسرائيل على تسوية بناء على قرارات الشرعية الدولية التي تقضي بالانسحاب إلى حدود عام 1967 ضمن اتفاقية سلام. ولا يصح أن نتخلى عن مبادراتنا لمجرد أن إسرائيل ترفضها. ولا يجوز أن يكون دور العرب اقتراح التسويات ودور إسرائيل رفضها والزيادة في التعنت كلما قدم العرب تنازلات. وكما أن لإسرائيل رأيا عام فإن لدينا أيضا في العالم العربي رأينا العام.
Many people will say, you know, we've been seeing all these things happening for thousands of years. We are truly seeing the end time signs. Everything the Bible has predicted is starting to unfold. This is the generation, I believe, that will see the return of Christ. You know, not only are we seeing all the things prophesied in terms of natural disasters, whether it be earthquakes, we see at the moment it seems like the planet's on fire. We're seeing all of these disasters happening around the world, and people still say, oh, maybe, you know, it's not, maybe this is just happening because it's just happening. Then we're seeing what's happening now in Israel in terms it looks like they're going to come to some form of agreement for peace there. Now, whether I'm not 100% certain that that's the 7-year peace agreement that's talked about in Daniel. I believe it's the structure setting up in place in order to do it. Now, these things can happen very, very rapidly. Not only that, we're seeing the dark agenda of what we call the power elite. You know, we're seeing all of these things and whispers of a dark winter, but this is all manipulation and control. All of these things I've mentioned is happening. Then we have the disclosure. It's so hard to keep up with everything that is happening. Deception is at an all-time high. We are truly that generation. When we look into scripture, we study scriptures and what scripture says, we are starting to see the things unroll and unfold in the world. We're very, very close. This is just an update in terms of prophecy. Remember, guys, God is always in control, and keep the faith.